greatest contribution of bees and other pollinators is the pollination of nearly 3/4 of the plants that produce 90% of the world's food. A third of the world's food production depends on bees. For example, every third spoonful of food depends on pollination. Globally, there are more honeybees than other types of bees and pollinating insects. So bees are the world's most important pollinator of fruits and crops. Pollination is crucial because many of our vegetables, fruits, and crops that feed our livestock rely on it to be fertilized. So without it, we could go hungry. Vegetables such as broccoli, asparagus, and cucumber rely on pollination of bees, as do apricots, strawberries, apples, tomatoes, and almonds. For crops such as blueberries and almonds, the honeybee is an essential role in pollination of the commercial crops, with around 80% of the U.S. crops said to be dependent on honeybees. Honeybees can also pollinate clover and alfalfa, which are fed to cattle, so there are implications for the meat and dairy industry too. In today's world, bees are now facing a variety of threats as a result of human activity and other natural dangers. An increase in urban developments and invasive farming methods have meant that many of the areas that bees once called home no longer exist. These developments are as much as a threat to bees as they are to the trees and woodlands. In the wild, several species of bees nest in hollow trees, so as more trees are destroyed, so are the homes that bees live in. Wildflower meadows and other areas abundant in flowering plants are also serious in decline, meaning that bees lose an important amount of food resource. One of the main threats to bees is the use of toxic pesticides. Whilst pesticides are designed to kill pests due to their intense toxicity, they are having an adverse effect on other insects too, including bees. Neonicotinoids in particular cause bees a lot of harm, as when they are sprayed onto plants, they are absorbed. So when a bee comes to pollinate said plant, it will ingest this pesticide. This can seriously damage the bee's central nervous system. Climate change and extreme weather is another contributing factor in the decline of bees. It disrupts bee nesting behavior and alters their normal seasonal timings, meaning flowers may bloom earlier or later than expected. Whilst planting more trees is helpful to mitigate some of the effects of climate change, it is still a serious issue that could prove deadly for many bees. Parasites and disease is another big threat to bees. The Varroa Mite is a parasitic mite which clings to the back of the honeybee, passing diseases and viruses to it, and gradually draining its strength.
My interest in studying the importance of bees has derived from my love of nature and appreciation of the environment. My research has led me to learn the large variety of things that are beneficial to bees and humans as well. This research has allowed me to reach out to several different farms around the world in order to gain some professional insight on what it takes to care for bees. With this knowledge I have gained from my research, I am hopeful that the Berkshire community will be able to make changes that will be beneficial to bees and other organisms such as beehives and pollinator-friendly gardens.
Now that you've learned a few things about bees, I ask you, what will you do to make a difference for them? Will you plant more bee-friendly flowers in a garden? Will you make a bee shelter? Or help a hurt bee you see by chance? How will you be a part of the change?